In the quiet mountain forests of western China, where thick bamboo forests stretch across the hillsides and cold morning mist drifts slowly between ancient trees, one of the world's most extraordinary birds moves silently beneath the shadows. The golden pheasant, a bird famous for its brilliant colors, yet rarely seen clearly in the wild. Most of its life is spent hidden beneath dense woodland cover, walking carefully through fallen leaves, thick bamboo roots, and soft mountain soil. The male is impossible to mistake. His golden crest glows beneath the filtered sunlight, while deep red, orange, and blue feathers shift softly as wind moves through the forest. Every small movement catches the light differently, creating flashes of color beneath the dark bamboo canopy. But despite his beauty, he survives by remaining cautious, always listening to the forest around him, always ready to disappear into the undergrowth. Nearby, a female moves slowly through the damp leaves. Her brown patterned feathers blend almost perfectly into the forest floor. Unlike the brightly colored male, the female depends entirely on camouflage, especially during the breeding season, when survival becomes even more important. As spring slowly arrives in the mountains, the forest begins changing. Rain falls more often through the bamboo, small insects return to the woodland floor, and distant bird calls echo through the valleys. The breeding season has begun. The male starts searching for females across the forest, moving between openings beneath the bamboo, occasionally stopping to display. He raises the long golden feathers around his neck, spreads his crest, and circles carefully through the leaf litter. The movements are not fast and not dramatic, only patient. Repeated displays shaped by instinct. The female watches quietly from the shadows, sometimes approaching, sometimes disappearing again into the forest. For days, the courtship continues beneath the shifting spring light. Eventually, the female accepts the male's presence and begins searching for a nesting site. Unlike many birds, golden pheasants do not build large nests in trees. Instead, the female searches for dense ground cover, usually beneath thick bamboo growth, fallen branches, or tangled roots hidden deep within the woodland. After finding a suitable place, she scratches softly at the damp soil and leaves, creating only a shallow depression in the ground. Simple, quiet, and difficult to notice. Here, protected beneath the bamboo, the first egg is laid, and several days later, a second egg follows. Now the female spends most of her time inside the nest, carefully turning the eggs beneath her body. While soft rain passes across the forest above, the male remains nearby, feeding quietly through the undergrowth, occasionally appearing between the bamboo, before vanishing once again into the shadows. Days slowly pass inside the mountain forest. Morning mist drifts across the woodland floor. Water gathers on bamboo leaves after rain, and the sounds of insects grow louder as spring deepens. For nearly a month, the female continues incubating the eggs, rarely leaving the nest for long. Then, one morning, small cracks finally begin appearing across the surface of the eggshells. Tiny movements become visible beneath the feathers of the mother, and slowly, the first chick emerges into the cool forest air. Wet down feathers cling softly to its small body, while weak movements push against the damp leaves surrounding the nest. Soon after, the second chick hatches beside it. For the first few days, both chicks remain hidden beneath the warmth of their mother, protected from the cold mountain nights and the dangers of the forest floor. But golden pheasant chicks grow quickly. Within only a short time, they begin following the female through the woodland, walking carefully across wet leaves, fine branches, stones, and exposed roots beneath the bamboo. The mother scratches through the leaf litter, searching for food, small insect, tiny seeds, and fallen berries hidden beneath the damp forest floor. The chicks imitate every movement, learning how to survive inside the woodland. The forest around them feels peaceful, but danger is always nearby. A snake moves silently through the leaf litter, barely visible beneath the shadows. Immediately, the female lowers her body and guides the chicks deeper into cover. The chicks freeze instinctively among the leaves, remaining almost invisible against the forest floor. For now, the danger passes, but survival inside the bamboo forest is never guaranteed. As the days continue, the chicks wander farther from the nest. Their legs become stronger, their balance improves, and tiny wing feathers slowly begin replacing the soft down of early life. The surviving chick starts making small jumps across roots and rocks, occasionally flapping its wings awkwardly while climbing over fallen branches. One afternoon, the forest suddenly erupts with movement. A civet rushes quickly through the undergrowth beneath the bamboo. Dry leaves explode across the woodland floor, and within only seconds, one chick disappears into the forest. Silence slowly returns beneath the trees. Only one chick now remains beside the mother. The surviving young pheasant stays closer to cover after that day, moving more cautiously through the bamboo, while continuing to grow stronger with each passing week. Its juvenile feathers slowly change color, soft yellows, deep oranges, and traces of red begin appearing beneath the fading down. Short flights become possible. At first, the movements are awkward and unstable. The young bird flaps hard just to reach low branches or fallen logs. Landing often requires quick balance corrections, but slowly its control improves. The forest becomes easier to navigate. Soon, the young pheasant begins searching for food independently, scratching through leaves without following the mother, moving deeper into unfamiliar sections of woodland. By late summer, the distance between parent and offspring grows larger each day. The mother no longer watches as closely as before. The young male now carries the first brilliant colors of adulthood. Golden crest feathers begin catching the sunlight beneath the bamboo canopy, and the once fragile chick becomes another hidden resident of the mountain forest. As evening light fades across the woodland, the nearly mature pheasant flies quietly between the trees, deeper into the endless bamboo valleys, farther away from the place where it first hatched. Eventually, the forest grows quiet once again. The young pheasant disappears into the shadows beneath the bamboo, alone, independent, and fully adapted to life inside the mountain wilderness. And somewhere within those silent forests, beneath drifting mist, falling leaves, and the soft sounds of rain through bamboo, the cycle quietly begins again.